Hey everybody, welcome to Boulder Rotary. So glad you're here. I think we're going to get started with the meeting, and George, who's doing the pledge today? Sam, where are you, Sam?
I'm over here.
Thank you, Sam.
What's happening? Okay.
You've got the microphone.
Hey, I want you to use the pledge and the four-way test as a blueprint to create a culture of peace in your life and throughout the world. So with that, let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. Uh-oh. Where's the words? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the four-way test. 1, is it the truth? 2, fair to all concerned. 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And 5, is it fun? Shake hands with your neighbor. Hey.
Thank you, Sam. Now, George is going to help us introduce our guests and visitors. If you have a guest, please stand up.
Yes. All those with in-house guests, please remain standing. The rest of you, please settle down. I have a guest to present of my own, so since as introducer's privilege, I'll do that. I'm pleased to introduce Junie Joseph. Junie is a member of the Boulder City Council and is running for a House seat, which means she can't address the club right now. That's the only downside. But Junie grew up in Haiti and in Central Florida. Turns out she went to high school about 5 miles from where I went to high school. I did her undergraduate training at the University of Florida, Chad, and went to law school at the institution here in town, at CU. So please give Junie a warm Boulder Rotary welcome. She's also turned in her application for membership.
Junie, welcome.
It's my honor to introduce Jerry Shapins. Jerry's a retired landscape architect here in Boulder, been here for many years, and Jerry has agreed very kindly to help us with the Pillars project. And so we met for an hour before the meeting today to talk about his ideas for the location and relocation of the Pillars. Anyway, please welcome Jerry Shapins.
I am so pleased to be able to introduce a good friend of mine for many, many years, Veronica Percella. Veronica is the executive director of the, Boulder Longmont, or basically Boulder County Board of Realtors. Thrilled to have her here.
I'm going to turn that way. Here we go this way. It's my pleasure to introduce Jamie Mager, right? And she's a visiting Rotarian. She's in Denver Southeast, and she's newly working at Anschutz in their advancement. We met a month ago, and she said she'd like to come visit, and we're delighted to have her. So welcome and come again.
Great. Thank you, George. I am honored today to welcome 2 guests. Emily Zen is with me to the left, and she is our Director of Education at the Museum of Boulder, wears far more many hats than just that role, but a significant contributor to relationships, especially with the Indigenous, and we're honored to have you as our guest today. Also, and keynote speaker you'll hear a little bit more from a little bit later, is Chairman Jordan Dresser. We're so glad you're here. And yeah, Jordan, they're asking you to look this way because the camera and lots of people are on Zoom. So thank you, Jordan and Emily.
Thank you. Welcome to all of you who are present. We hope to see more of you. Come on back.
All right, I think we have 2 Zoom guests, and I know Dominica is online. Dominica, if you wanted to unmute and say hello, we'd love to welcome you.
Yes, hello. Very nice to be with you all again. I was traveling for 2 weeks, and then last week I couldn't log in, but it's very good to be back with you again. For those who don't know me, I am a past president of the Rotary Club of Montego Bay, and I'm currently the club secretary.
Thank you, Dominica. We miss you when you're not here, so I'm glad that you came back. And we have one other guest. And one more, okay. We have one other guest, Cynthia Schmidt, if you'd like to unmute and introduce yourself, if you would like. Maybe not? Well, welcome all the same. And I believe we have one other person, I was just told we have one other person on Zoom.
No, we have one here in person.
Oh, that's great.
Peter.
It's Peter. Hi, Peter.
Yes. Peter's joining us. He's an attorney in town, interested in Rotary. His father was in Rotary also, and he's coming to check us out. So please give him a warm welcome.
Mike said to say hi, Peter. Thanks for being here. All right, so we had an amazing event this week. It was the dedication of the International Walk of Peace. Our Peace Builder committee put it together, and it was really fantastic. We had a threat of rain, so we ended up not being outside. We were inside, and it went really, really well. And I know that there are, so I'm just going to say, could the members of the Peace Builder committee who are here stand up? I would like us all to give them just a round of applause. They really represented so well this week for us. Thank you all. And now I would like to ask Pam to come up and talk about the journaling program, which needs you.
Thank you, Cassidy. I have a quiz for everybody. Ooh, we're off to a good start. I taught at CU in the graduate department. When I said I had a quiz, everybody groaned. Okay, what is a great way to volunteer in Rotary that is fun, easy, provides a life-changing experience for a person in our community, is very self-fulfilling for Rotarians, only takes a few minutes of your time 2 times a month? Who knows the answer? Journaling, of course. Okay. So what does it involve when we journal? Okay. Here's how it works. You sign up. There are yellow papers on your table, except I ran out of yellow. So 2 tables have white paper. A list with your name on it is given to a 3rd grade teacher at Whittier Elementary. The teacher orders the journals. When the journals come in, she assigns one of the students to you, one of the 3rd grade students. The student writes to you in his or her journal. The journal magically shows up here at Rotary. You read what your student has written and you respond. Then your journal magically returns to Whittier so that the student can read what you wrote and in turn writes to you again. And that starts the cycle. Just an aside here also, that program, the program that we are part of is actually an educational program for Whittier. They use the journals in their literacy curriculum. So it's kind of an important program. All right, so now who can participate? All right, anyone here? Anyone on Zoom? A spouse of anyone here? A child of anyone here? If your child is old enough and responsible enough to do journaling. And I think that's it. Right now, we are low on the numbers. We need more people signing up to journal. It's really a super easy thing to do. Someone asked me the logistics of it, and I will say that when your journal comes here, you can either take it home and write in it and then return it the next week, or you can write in it here. So if you have any questions, I'll hang around afterwards. There's a yellow sign-up sheet, and then I think that's it. Thank you, Cassidy.
Thank you. Pam, make sure I'm on your list. It's one of my absolute favorite projects that Rotary does. All right, I think we are ready to do the Raffle Winner. Does everybody have your tickets out? All right, dyslexia, don't fail. All right, so the winning number, 9899718. Who's our winner? Who's our winner? Meryl, yay! Good job, Meryl. Thank you for playing. All of the money that we raise goes for scholarships, and we just appreciate people playing every day or every week. All right, we had a little change in our agenda today. Lori Preston's going to be introducing our guest speaker, Chairman Dresser. We're so glad that you could be here, Lori. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chairman Dresser, and thank you, Lori, for helping bring Chairman Dresser to speak to us today. I think we're all interested in finding ways we can help. All right, I would love to bring to the stage Chad Stam, our illustrious immediate past president. He has a special presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have one more award to present. The Quick Start Award recognizes a new member of 2 years or less who has an immediate, positive, and significant impact on the club. And this year's recipient started doing these things even before she was a member when she joined us in August of last year. She was a significant voice in the recent visioning process that we underwent. She's a member of the 9 Mile Corner Pillars Project, and she has brought us many great programs, including our speaker today. She was instrumental in our Earth Day events and hosted our club on the rooftop early last year in what was one of the highlights of the year for me. This year's Quick Start Award goes to Lori Preston.
Yay, Lori! Woo! All right, I would like to introduce Kitty DeKeefer, our amazing chairman of the Boulder Rotary Foundation and friend to all Rotarians.
I wish I could be amazing at home. That would be exciting. I had to write this down because I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. But I think, as most of you know, on May 6th of this year, Sally and I launched the Service Above Self Awards evening that was held at the Boulder Country Club. We had 6 wonderful nominees that we recognized, and each of those bottom 5, I don't want to say bottom 5, but the 5 that did not win the top award, that's better, each got $250 for the nonprofit of their choice. The winner, Helen Forster, received $1,000 for the nonprofit of her choice. It was so dang successful, both in terms of turnout and money, that we decided we would do it again. So I am pleased to announce that this year, on Saturday, April 29th, yes, At the Boulder Country Club, we're going to try it again. So we wanted to make sure that you all put that in your little calendars. Write it down, because I don't want to hear next year, oh gosh, I didn't know it was coming. So we're giving you lots of time. Please put that down. Sponsorships, as always, are available. And we will have more details later. And Sally said to tell you she's sorry she couldn't be here. She had a work commitment that came up at the last minute. But please let us know if you have any questions. Put that down on your calendar, April 29th. Thank you.
And I think it would be great for us all to start thinking about the amazing people in our lives that we may want to nominate. There are so many. All right. I think that we need to run the brew. On Wednesday, September 21st, so many people gathered. Rotarians, Peace Builders, City of Boulder representatives, community members, representatives of Boulder's sister city organizations, and the winners of the 4th annual Jim Swaby Award, as well as Jim's wife, Susan, all gathered for the International Day of Peace, the dedication of the Infinite Walk of Peace, and awarding of the 4th annual Jim Swaby Peace Award. After a quick venue change from outside to in, the audience was treated to a virtual tour of the Infinite Walk of Peace, some words from Gordon Gamm, and a representative of the Boulder City Council.
We're now going to take a virtual walk through the Infinite Walk of Peace.
Randy Butler, Gary Kahn, Cindy Collins Arsenault, Sam Pottinger, Charlotte Ream, Meryl Gustrom, and many of the members of the Boulder Rotary Club, Peace Builders, as well as other members, presented the community with the dedication of the Infinite Walk of Peace, which was conceived of, fundraised for, and planned for over the last 3 years as one of our Boulder Rotary Centennial projects. The Jim Swaby Peace Award winners, Betty Ball and Leroy Moore of the Rocky Mountain Peace and Justice Center, joined us, with Miss Bell sharing some thoughts on peace and her Rotarian roots.
A huge thank you for the Boulder Rotary Club. What an honor. I am really humbled to be here today with Leroy to receive this award. As they pointed out, my father and grandfather were both Rotarians. So I feel like they're probably proud of me today. So
it reminds me of what Eleanor Roosevelt said, "It isn't enough to talk about peace, one must believe in it. And it isn't enough to believe in it, one must work at it." I could not be more proud to be part of a community that cares so deeply about the commitment to peace in our community and the world. Well done, Boulder Rotary Peace Builders, well done. And hey, before you go, I think that you should take a look at our winners of the 4th annual Jim Swaby Peace Award, Betty Ball and Leroy Moore. They are 2 of the founding members of the Rocky Mountain Peace and Justice Center that's here in Boulder. They are lifetime peace builders. The RMPJ educates, organizes, acts, and builds community in order to create a culture of justice and peace with a commitment to unconditional nonviolence. They are out there in the world and in our community working daily to create peace. Good job, Betty Ball and Leroy Moore.
Have you ever read a book or know someone who's read a book? Then Rotary Readers is for you. There is a meeting on October 10th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. to discuss the book Bicycling with Butterflies, my 10,201-mile journey following the monarch migration by Sarah Dykman. This book is aligned with Rotary International's area of focus on the environment. Marlene will host and facilitate the discussion. Please RSVP to Darla at the email that's up on the screen. You can attend in person at Marlene's house in Broomfield. Address is up on the screen, or attend by Zoom. The Zoom link is not up on the screen because it's really long. But if you RSVP with Darla or talk to Marlene, they will make sure that you have the address, the book title again, and the Zoom link. This week's Rotarian on the Street is with Pam Hayek. Okay, so if you were to eat a color crayon, what color would it be?
Oh, that's easy. Oh my gosh.
I told you I would give you an easy one. You were all hesitant, and I gave you an easy one. So what color?
Well, the problem is, do you just need one color?
You're going to eat the whole box? What are you going to do?
Yes.
Okay, well, no, you can't eat the whole box.
Oh,
you got to pick one color. What would it be?
Red.
Red, why?
Well, just because I like it. I bought it.
Why do you like it?
Have you seen my red car?
Yeah, I know, but you don't eat your red car. So why would you eat a red crayon? What does it taste like?
Yuck.
Yuck. Oh, okay. All right, this week's Rotarian on the Street, Pam Hayek, eating red crayons.
For next week's program, we're excited to have Steve Pomerantz, an opinion columnist and former Boulder City Councilor, as well as Sam Weaver, former Boulder Mayor. They will be talking about the plans for CU South Boulder's Annex. That's 308 acres in South Boulder with plans to do flood mitigation and new homes. It's going to be an interesting discussion. Join us next Friday.
The Cuatro Amigos would like everyone to have a great weekend.
All right. Mike's really goofy, isn't he? Just love him. Okay. Next week is the next program is going to be this debate on the CU Annex, and it's going to be a big crowd, so take a moment and RSVP so we can make sure to have food for everybody, please. I'm asking you nicely. Now I'm going to ask Dr. Russell, are there any birthdays that we can share today?
I thought I would review a poem I did recently here, I think. It's called The Living Will. I laid back in my lounger in front of my widescreen TV. I was ready for the football game that started about 3. I asked my daughter to bring me a beer. I was ready for the play. Then I read there in the paper that a friend had passed away. He had had a stroke 5 years ago and slowly wasted away. He laid there in that hospital bed and died just yesterday. He didn't have a living will, kept alive by IV lines, and he had died way too soon, long before his time. So I turned and said to my daughter before it got too late that I never want to live in a vegetative state, surrounded by some big machine and fluids from a jug. If that ever happens to me, I want you to pull the plug. So when you see me laying there, kind of like a blob, I want you to have the courage and really do the job. She nodded she would do it. In her eyes, I saw a tear. Then she got up, unplugged the TV, and took away my beer. Randy Butler, stand up. Happy birthday. Peace be with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my. Okay, y'all have heard a lot from me this week. So all I'm going to say is thank you for all the support for what's kind of maybe the biggest week of the year for us in peace building. Thanks for those of you that came to JLF, to our peace track, and who came for the dedication of the walk. It was just so encouraging to see so many Rotarians there from this club. And it's a pleasure to serve with you.
Happy birthday. Be sure and sit at the birthday table.
Happy birthday, Randy. Thank you so much for all of the work that you and the Peace Builders did this week. I'd like to just take a minute and say thank you to all the people that made the meeting happen. Vanessa, of course, who makes everything better for all of us. You're a rock star. We love you. Jim Adams, our Red Badge greeter. Our meeting management team, that's Lynn and Fred, Judy Pitt, and Pam, I think you were all at the front desk. I really appreciate that. Our peacemaker, Sam Pottinger, and everyone else who came. With that being said, I look forward to seeing you next week. Meeting adjourned.